is for the dwarf. It's kind of useless for what we're doing. Uh, it's a leap. It gives you barrier. If it gave the group barrier, it'd be just that much better. For the monk or centaur, whatever, it gives you back energy depending on how many allies are around you and some boons. It also brings your tablet back after you've blown it up. I don't know why that's significant, but whatever. Your F3 is Cosmic Wisdom. You should be using this whenever you're in Centaur. It's a 20-second cooldown, lasts 7 seconds. It makes it so all of your Centaur abilities do not consume the empowered buff, meaning Natural Harmony will heal 25% more and give endurance. Purifying Essence will remove an extra Condi. Protective Solace, really, it just gives protection. It's really not that big of a deal. But your energy expulsion on your elite gives stability, which is pretty nice. It's your only real form of stability while you're in Centaur. So in general, I always try to get in combat, as you should with a Revenant. So I will start in Scepter and use my 2 on an enemy. And then I will lead with my Inspiring Reinforcement to start giving stability. Then immediately swap to Centaur because I will be under 10 energy. And then use my Elite to give the stab from that, plus the heals, Condi Clear, and whatnot. When you are in Centaur, you want to use your F3, and then that way you keep the Empower buff and just hit what you need to with the heal or the Condi Clear. Try to prioritize the Condi Clear. We don't have much in the way of it, so if you can use it when we actually have Condis, great. Your F2 will give you back energy, so you can hit it and hit it and hit it again. It's pretty intuitive. Biggest thing is you want to drop to under 10 energy before you swap back to Dwarf. We want to do that. That way we get the energy back. So we can get off roads and your elite. When I slowly drain my energy, I'll get to the other part. Okay, so that should bring me to around 10 energy, and then it bumps me back up because of when it drops me down to 10 energy after the initial Inspiring Reinforcement, and then your elite. That also raises your affinity to maximum. So you get 15 energy back from Expanding Consciousness trait, so you can continue to do things. Now, I am normally in staff for this. I try to prioritize 3 through 5. If the commander says we're going to be pushing through them or anything like that, I use my staff 5 because with Words of Censor, it is a massive heal. For those of you that don't know how it works, it hits 3 people 8 times. So each one of those hits is a knockback. So Words of Censor will heal 5 people for each one of those hits. It's a lot. So as far as the rest of it goes, you pretty much save your energy. You try to get to 40 and hit your elite right of the Great Dwarf, and then you want to swap back to Centaur and immediately hit your elite in that again. It's pretty rigid when it comes to it.
One quick question.
Yeah.
Can the moving the tablet, the 6, can that action be interrupted, self-interrupted?
No.
Okay.
So the tablet is unique in the fact that all of the abilities on it are on the tablet. They're not on you. So even if you're knocked down or stunned, you can still use the tablet.
But there's no way I can overpress 6 too much that the tablet gets interrupted?
No.
Okay.
Other questions? As far as weapon skills go, I mean, I went over staff 3 through 5. 3 is a block, much like the previous warrior staff was. It will block everything in front of you, behind you. It blinds, so it does heal because of words of censor. Your 4 is a burst, or blast, rather. Removes 2 condies, heals. Also creates a healing orb for each one that loses a condition. I don't know anything about the fucking healing orbs. They've always been pretty useless. Your scepter shield, I use that when we're sustaining somewhere in siege. Or running. I think last night I was using it to just make sure I stayed on tag while we were running around. Your 3 is great for that because it'll pull you.
Question?
Yes.
Are you wanting a particular type of targeting to occur with the tablet? Are you wanting us to be targeting our DPS, or does it matter? Can we keep the tablet on top of us? What are you wanting us to do?
You could keep it on top of you if you want. I'm in Bash's party, so I always target him. But, ideally DPS, but if they're not on you, fuck them.
Right. Right. Okay. What happens if we were to target Vash as well? Is that a bad plan if there's multiple targets there?
Nope, go ahead.
Okay.
That's where everybody should be. The commander.
Okay. Gotcha.
The tablet will prioritize your party for everything anyways, so.
Even if they're at the wrong distance? I mean, will I...
Well, no. If they're not within distance, they're not going to be healed, but...
So that
if
heal,
we're all,
theory... Go ahead.
If we're all standing in a clump and you have Vash targeted with the tablet, it's still going to heal everybody in your party first before him.
Okay. But it won't be a wasted heal because they're not there. Okay. The blinds, I'm assuming you're going to have to be near enemy to get the blind factors to occur, right? So you got to be able to blind an enemy to get the benefit of the heal from blind.
Yes, the blinds occur on your character, not on the tablet.
Oh.
Does the heal then trigger from the tablet or from you?
Words of censor triggers from you.
Oh. So that's not the tablet. Okay. So I can't just put the tablet in the middle of a bunch of enemy and get any benefit of blinds from that at all?
No.
Oh, that's good to know.
Your shield 4, I mean, it's a standard heal. It's a decent heal. 5 is okay. It roots you in place, so be mindful. I don't ever use it unless we push through and I know we're going to sit there. Then maybe I'll use it, but otherwise there's other things to waste energy on. The biggest thing is trying to swap back and forth because you really want to make up for the lack of heals in Dwarf by having that Dwarf Elite up. When I was originally testing it, I had it up for 45% of the time. That's 50% less damage we're taking. A lot. So what's more impressive is the healing output of it when we're only actually healing 50% of the time. So
okay, I'm sorry. Review for me one more time. So you said if we could get our energy down around 20, and we swap at that point to whichever we swap at, that's going to give us a larger energy pool to work from?
10 energy. You want to be below 10.
So I want to be almost dead on my energy before I swap, if possible.
Yes.
And that gives me enough energy to maybe pull off 2 Rites of the Great Dwarf?
Yep.
That's why I could never pull off the red. I'm swapping before I should. Okay.
Yeah. And you can always, your Protective Solace, which puts a bubble around your tablet, will drain it pretty quickly. So you can always just run that for a couple seconds.
Wait, which one's Protective Solace? I don't know the names. I go by numbers.
Bubble. I don't know. My numbers are probably different than yours.
4, I think.
4 on the
Centaur.
4 on the Centaur. Okay.
No, not 4.
Right.
On the right-hand side. Yeah, I know. It's like...
You're special if you have a 4 on your Centaur.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I'll find it somewhere at some point. Okay.
9.
So
Is that it?
every other time we come into Centaur, we have Cosmic Wisdom for Empowers. On
Yes.
the rotations where we don't have Cosmic Wisdom, is there a priority on where we're spending our Tranquility and Power effect? Or is it just as needed for the various abilities?
It will be back up if you do 10 each time. If you use it as soon as you get into Centaur, it'll be back up by the time you get back into Centaur. The cooldown starts immediately. It doesn't wait for the 7 seconds to be up.
Okay, got it. So we just want to be spending 10 seconds in each form?
Yep.
I have a question about a build choice, if that's okay. I don't want to confuse anyone though. So why the Blinding Truth rather than invoking Harmony and Salvation?
Your tablet, your heal number 6, procs it every 3 seconds, which procs your Words of Censor.
If there's an enemy around, right?
Yes, you will. Okay, it also procs off of walls and gates, which is dumb,
Okay.
but whatever.
So when I screw up, which I inevitably will, and swap to dwarf too early or something, so I don't have the right energy pool. If we're in battle, I want to really focus more on that Rite of the Great Dwarf, right? Or do I really want to make sure I always get the roads off?
I would focus on Rite of the Great Dwarf because
Okay.
Stability can be covered somewhere else if needed. Granted, we give a lot of stability and it's super useful, but
Right.
50% less damage for 5 seconds is.
Gotcha. So over
I don't-
time, as I get better at this, then I'll probably be better off. But I constantly fuck up at this point, so I just wanted my priorities of how to properly fuck up. So Ride of the Great Dwarf.
I don't know if I missed it. If you Ride of the Great Dwarf while it's up, does it just extend the time, or do you lose anything? Do you need to let it drop
Nope.
before you hit? Okay, it just extends the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what's okay? So the way I was working it out last night was I was able to get off your roads in a right, and then staff 5, and then I was able to elite Right of the Great Dwarf again and swap. So you can actually swap during the casting of it, and it makes it so Centaur has like 4 seconds of it.
Are there any abilities that need to be held specifically for a commander call? Like any CC abilities we're using? Or should we just be rotating through our stances as much as possible to maintain uptime on Great Dwarf and Centaur healing?
I would just rotate through it like normal. I don't really think there is. I mean, that's probably a judgment call by the commanders for like staff 5, but because it is a big CC. But to me, if we have, I don't know, 4 revenants doing it on a nearly constant basis, it's better than holding it.
Have you found that Ride of the Great Dwarf is pretty interruptible by the enemy, or by lag?
I think I've seen it interrupted once in the 10 years I've
Not-
played.
Not too bad. Okay. Is there anything that is likely to be very interruptible in your experience? On either side?
Your staff 4. That's pretty much it.
Really? Okay, interesting.
I guess I've had my F2 interrupted, but everything else is pretty much instant. Like I said, the tablet abilities are on the tablet, so they can't be interrupted. Your Inspiring Reinforcement is a 1/4 second, which is super fast. And you get stability immediately. So Right of the Great Dwarf, the nice thing about that is it's an AoE stun break too. So even if you get stunned, you can still use it.
Cool. And I'm trying to. The affinity builds up, which makes your F2 more powerful, or what is the affinity? How does the affinity tie into any of this?
It makes your F2 better.
Okay.
It's not really that big of a deal. It just naturally happens while you do the rotation.
Okay.
All it does for the F2 is extend the duration on resistance of regen that it gives you.
Okay. And you said the F3 is really the higher priority than the F2.
Yes, F2 will just give you energy for everybody around you.
Okay. Is it okay? Does it give a barrier as well, or am I reading it wrong?
Reading it wrong.
Okay. That's me. I read things wrong. Okay. And when we're in dwarf, F3 is still gonna be good, right? Even if we're a dwarf.
Generally speaking, no. It reflects damage.
It gives barrier. The F2 gives barrier when you're in dwarf stance. I think that's
Yeah.
where she read it. So
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was in dwarf at the time when I read
Yes.
it. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So let me rephrase. If clearly both of them are good if I am in Ventari. Are either one of them good, or should I avoid them when I am in dwarf?
I personally don't use either in Dwarf.
Okay.
F2, both your legends, the F2 is separate cooldowns. So you can use the F2 if you want.
Okay.
Just know you're just giving barrier to yourself. It's a leap. So, I mean, you can get auras from it.
Okay, so I'm only getting barrier for myself.
Yes.
So selfish. Okay, I won't do that.
As always, I don't recommend it simply because I don't want you getting out of position.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I'm good. It's the staff 5 that will get me out of position. Because it will shoot me off cliffs. It will shoot me. Who knows where I'm pointed when I do the staff 5, and I'll end up in a really bad place. So that's the real problem for me.
Earlier, you highlighted Rite of the Great Dwarf uptime as an important metric to look at for conduits. Are there any other specific stats we should be using to gauge our performance on the spec?
I mean, obviously the healing numbers. The barrier is okay. If we could focus more on Scepter, it'd be a lot better because Scepter actually puts out a lot of barrier. But for us with the Paragons, they can cover that. Condi clears is a big issue. It's the biggest problem I have with them between druids. You really need to be picky when you use your Condi clears. So healing is the biggest thing. One thing you need to remember though with the Rite of the Great Dwarf blah blah uptime is it's when combat starts. So if we're on siege and getting hit with arrow carts, if you're not rotating through it, it's going to show lower, specifically because you were not doing that. 10-minute fight, only 3 minutes of actual fighting, it's going to show like 10%. But really, in the fight, it's probably like 30 or 40.
This was really helpful. Thank you so much, Kosh.
Of course. Any other questions?
I got disconnected from the chat. I have one question. If you mistime your legend swap and you don't have the 25 bonus energy when you enter dwarf, do you still hang around to get the second one off? It'll take a couple more seconds to get the Rite of the Great Dwarf off.
I would.
Yeah, so just hang there until you can get the second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that also depends on what your energy's at. If you're at 0 energy, just fucking swap.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, it's very dependent on the energy, which sucks. It's a terrible mechanic.
In my experience, not being very good at this, if you wait for that second dwarf, I historically end up dead trying to wait for that second dwarf because I'm not doing whatever I should be doing to get that energy up because I haven't learned. So I guess I would say, depending on your experience, you might not want to wait. I can't. I die. Get him, Sareve. Get him.
Any other questions?
Did you guys recorded that?
Probably not. I had a work call. Something else to kind of